Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another Faithful Friday. What a time to be alive and well, and here to jump on and join you on another Faithful Friday. A Friday full of sunshine. It feels good on today. It just feels phenomenal outside. This was a great week. Got a lot accomplished. I hope that you were able to get a lot accomplished. For me, primarily, it was just by staying disciplined even on the days I didn't feel like it. Because, oh, I had some of those days where I just didn't want to do nothing. That's life. It's all about staying focused, even when we don't feel like it. Staying focused on the days you feel tired. Staying focused on the days you feel good. And even staying focused on the days you feel bad. It's just all about staying focused. Statistics show that Fridays are the least productive day of the week. Friday, and specifically Friday afternoon. It kind of goes all downhill from there. And we have nothing but the weekend on our mind. Everything we've got to do, want to do, or we're planning to do. So, yeah, we have to fight. I'm fighting today. It's Friday afternoon specifically. And I've got some things that I've got to get done in order to be able to head into my weekend and be able to just be in that moment and not worried about every other moment there is to come. Next week, we're going to spend some time just, discussing how to fight during the week. So stay tuned for that. This week for me was just really focusing on trying not to live in panic and peace at the same time, because it can happen. Instead of trying to figure out the future and risk panicking because of worst case scenarios, I had to reflect back on life and just think about all the times that God had a plan that would work out for my good. And it did. And he's continued to have a plan that has worked out for my good, despite what my current situation might look like. Because a lot of times what we're going through, what we're hoping for, what we're believing for, that is just not the way life seems in that moment. I know that God has always provided for me. I have so many testimonies where he's come through for me. And God has just helped me through whatever it is that I may have been dealing with. And so a lot of times when I get into that panic mode and I want to panic about the future and worst case scenarios, I just have to revisit, reflect, and remind myself of all the times that he brought me through before. I have learned that just tracing God's hand of faithfulness from the past, and it is so much more calmer than trying to predict the future. No one can predict the future. No one knows what tomorrow holds. We just have to enjoy today. This week, I just pushed myself in several areas of my life. And one was just by taking that next step, taking next steps in those things that I had been promising myself that I would do. I know Monday and Tuesday, and there were some things I was supposed to do on Sunday, but Sunday I chose to spend time with family because that's what it's all about, spending time with the ones that we love. That Monday and Tuesday, I really had to, put the hammer down. And it felt good. One of those goals that I had been working on for a while that I was able to finally get accomplished and get it into the next hands for production. It felt good. And that's what I'm talking about. When we set these goals, and there's some things that we want to accomplish, when we get certain things off of our plate so that we can move them forward on the production line, it just feels good. I know that, your possibilities, they have no boundaries, guys. I can't stress that enough. Your possibilities have no boundaries. God can give you the skills that you need, that you don't currently possess to accomplish the mission that's ahead of you. How do I know? Because there's times he's had to give me skills that I didn't have to accomplish the mission that was ahead of me. I'm going to continue to dream big. I'm going to continue to ask God to do great things because that is what I'm expecting in my life. I'm expecting God to do great things, phenomenal things, things that have not been done in my family, things that maybe have not even been done in my generation. Despite where we are in the year, because 2024 is trucking along quickly. No matter who you talk to, they're talking about how the months are rolling, the days are going quick, and the year is almost over. We have to continue to set goals. And, we have to continue to revisit our goals. We got to continue to restructure our goals. And we have to add new goals once some of those goals that we had out there have been accomplished. That's what life is all about. going for it, going after it, setting a new goal and continuing to stretch yourself. Remember, for goals to be achievable, they got to be specific. So you got to get specific about some of these things that you want to accomplish in your life. Because without setting particular goals, how can we know if we're even living, in a successful manner, or we're living, or we're putting the right things in place that we're aiming for? So be specific about your goals. And then your goals need to be measurable. When they're measurable, it's going to provide you with some benchmarks where you can go back and look over these goals and see, gauge and see if they're, if you're doing what you need to do to get there. We're in the third quarter of 2024. You can go back and look at those specific things that you told yourself that you wanted to do. And from a timeline perspective, see if this is something that is still accomplishable or if this is something that you need to stretch out a little bit further. But just keep in mind, it doesn't mean that you have to stop having that goal. You just got to get started. And then you need to know why it is that you're doing what you do. What do you want to get out of it? Do you really, is it for self-glory, or is it, for legacy? Is this something that's going to, from a generational perspective, take you to the next level when it comes to your family? Figure out your goals. Be specific. Make sure they're measurable. Put some timelines on them. And then ask yourself the whys. Why do you want to do or accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish? There's always the element of time and chance. So make the best of your circumstance and put your faith in God to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself, because He can do it. Time and chance happens to all of us. And once you get through all of those different milestones of what it is that you want to achieve, tell yourself, you got this. Start by reflecting where you are right now, figuring out the areas in your life in which you feel most confident and those areas that you do not. We all know what we're good at. It's that thing that we're good at. We can do it with our eyes closed. Nobody has to pay us. We're passionate about doing it. So figure out what you're good at. Figure out where your strengths lie, and then continue to revisit your ideas of success. What does it look like for you? Because what may have looked like success for you at the age 20 may not look like that for you at the age 30, 40, 50, so on and so forth. And don't just write down your goal. Again, write down your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to accomplish this? Remain tuned in. Maintain an attitude of gratitude for those things that you're accomplishing along the way. Even if your goal is to be a millionaire, or is it to be a millionaire so you can have a bunch of money in the bank? Or is it to be a millionaire so that you can help as many people that you possibly can? And then just start to live. I can't express that enough. I'm learning that as I get older. Start to live. Live each day like it could be your last. Because no one knows timing, and we all know that we're here for a specific amount of time. And while we're here, we want to make sure that we're accomplishing the purpose and plans that have been placed over our life. We want to make sure we're making memories and that we're spending time with the ones that we love and we care about. Again, I just told you guys on last week, I had some things I needed to get accomplished. But on Sunday, I wanted to spend time with family, and that's what I did. Because in the end, I know some of these things won't matter. And so in perspective, I have to figure out order of importance when it comes to things that I need to get done as well. Be intentional with checking in on others and shine your light. I can't express that enough. Be a blessing when you can. Be a blessing when possible. And never give up on going for the great things in life instead of just settling. We don't have time to settle. There is so many things that we can be out here doing. So settling is not a part of the equation. Put the past behind you. There are so many good things ahead. I don't care if it was a bad week. Put this week behind you. Next week's going to be great. And remember, when it's a bad day, it's just a bad day. That doesn't mean that it's a bad life. I'm telling y'all, it was a good week. It was a week that left me shocked with the things that I could accomplish. I know on Wednesday there was something that I had to get done, and I was a little anxious about getting it done. I think I even told you guys I had that meeting on last week so I thought. And I was there a week early, week earlier than I needed to be. But I had that meeting on this week. That meeting went great. And when I left that meeting, guess what met me? A rainbow. There was a rainbow shining. That rainbow started from where I had my meeting at and followed me all the way home. And that was just God reminding me that I got you. This too will pass, and that I can lean, trust, and depend on him even in those times that I feel anxious. So again, it was a good week. I hope it was an amazing week for you. I hope that you get out in this weekend and do some things that your future self will thank you for, even if it's just getting some rest or getting ahead or getting some things done, working on your goals, some things that you need to specifically get out there, put it on pen and get a pen and put it on paper so that you can remind yourself what you're capable of. If you're looking for the guys, we will be at the Garfield Park Farmers Market on tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And we will have sauce and barbecue treats. It's a double feature for us tomorrow. We'll be doing another event tomorrow, but it's a private event. And if I find out it is a public event, I'll make sure that I post that as well. The next few weeks are going to be super busy for the guys. We have got Farmers Market this week, but next week we will be at the Block Party Volume 8. And I'm excited about that because Shay Sparks is participating. A part of the cipher. I'm telling you, my family just amazes me with all of the different ways that all of us continue to stretch ourselves and go for those things that God has purposed over our life. But yeah, hopefully I didn't miss anything. Check out Guys Cooking Creation page. I'll update all of the events and where you can find us there. But again, have an amazing weekend. I don't care where you're at. I don't care how anybody feels about it. Make sure you let your light shine. Give them a smile. Give them a hug. Who cares how anyone else feels about it? Why? Because your transparency is leading to so many others being transformed. And in today's time, that is what's needed. Again, next week we'll be touching on days of the week and how we can get the most out of our week. But until then, this has been your girl 7, and I will see you soon.